have you join us on another episode of Art House. I'm Melinda Akinlami. On the program today, we'll be exploring what art activities are taking place in other parts of the country. From Benin City, the Edo State capital, where some young creatives are being discovered, to Abeokuta in Ogun State, where the SNA is getting some august visitors. Then we return to Lagos and enjoy indigenous performances that showcase culture in all its glory.
That is Badagry song you are listening to.
We have that and more when Art House returns in a moment. Please stay with us.
Art is solace. Art is vision. And when I pick up a literary work, I am a consumer of literature for its own sake.
Let's begin the program with Undiscovered 1.0. It's a group exhibition by young artists at the Third Pyramid Art Center in Benin City, the Edo State capital.
The Thought Pyramid Art Center in Benin City, the Edo State capital, comes alive as a retinue of art lovers and artists gather for this exhibition themed Undiscovered Benin 1.0. The young artists are already holding their own, with beautiful images that are richly displayed in this exhibition.
My work basically is talking about the African traditional motifs of flowers, our culture, and our heritage. As an artist, I tend to put all those traditional motifs into place, inculcating them as an embodiment in painting on my models, female models, my male models. Anyhow you see them that definitely there are traditional motifs on them. We have the comb on their skin, which usually mean beauty. We have the carvings on their skin, which usually mean wealth. We have the crown, African queen, black kings. That's basically all my work is trying to express.
The creators talk us through the message the pieces are conveying to the viewers.
For this series I titled Man of the Year. And I'm trying to give accolades and acknowledge the effort of every striving man out there while highlighting their various professions. In this case, I try to just make references to the least yet commendable professions in my immediate environment, like the bricklayer, like the carpenter, and the tailor, and even the policeman standing by the road. They are all still striving to make ends meet. But the thing is that there's a stereotype that goes with you have to be an elite before you get the accolade that you are a man, a striving man in the society, or someone who you can say, this is the man of the year. But I feel every man deserves to be the man of the year. No matter what you're doing, no matter, as long as you're making ends meet. So I feel you're supposed to be giving that medal. That's why if you see my works, we have the medals there on it to give that accolade that here. These can also be called Men of the Year.
Their motivation, what influences the nature of their work, and the material used in making them.
So what you see there is a reflection of the different mineral and natural resources from these regions of a nation. So from the message to the east there, you see the gold and the iron ore, you see the crude barrels representing the natural resources coming from this region, which are meant to be maximized to influence and to also bring more wealth and abundance to a nation.
every work I create shows more about human emotions. This one shows envy, this one is self-love, this is greed, this is sadness, and this is bad habits. Apparently all my works look like me. This one over here, it represents habits that every single one of us, we human beings, we have habits that are dangerous, but we paint them in a beautiful picture. It's more of how we young people nowadays do things, even from the movies we watch and the things that we do. They make drug use look beautiful. They make substance abuse look beautiful. And so that is what this work is trying to show, that these things are not beautiful. They do not show the gory sides of it, how dangerous these things can be. It's more like something they want you to try, rather than the reality of it.
The assistant curator talks about the essence of this exhibition, which has crisscrossed the country.
As future is concerned, it must build something within first. Before you can emerge as who you want to be in life, there must be a process. And there is no any progress in life without process. So there must be something that must be prepared within you before you send out of it. So if you are talking about this aspect of it, it talks about what you emphasize, what you are looking at to become in life. And then after having all these thoughts, then you look at the environment around you, how you can go about it, how the environment is going to affect you in a positive way.
Undiscovered, a group exhibition for young artists by the Thought Pyramid Art Center, started from Lagos, moved to Edo State, and then to the nation's capital, Abuja.
From there, we move to Ogun State to enjoy August the Visitors, a group exhibition by the Society of Nigerian Artists in Abeokuta.
The two-day event, which held under the Kuto Bridge in the state capital of Abeokuta, is a first for the people of Ogun. So it attracted artists and patrons from other places like Lagos and Oyo.
August visitors, we all know, they are visitors that are great in anybody's household. That's why we, SNA Ogun State, we have to choose the name. Secondly, the name is trying to create awareness within and outside the city of Abeokuta. Being the first kind of it in Nigeria, we artists, many of us, we do not know those who are inside that are even more talented than those who have been displaying their own talents.
In Ogun State, we discovered that we are coming up anyway, because with the little experience we have gotten now, we know that yes, the terrain is the best place for the development of arts, and then we are doing everything humanly possible to develop as many talents as possible within our jurisdiction here, in order to leverage with other states like Lagos. You know, Lagos is the hub of art, and then we believe that yes, we are catching up with them gradually.
The works of art on display include paintings, sculptural pieces, metal works from scraps, and other found objects which have been used to create artistic impressions.
The works on display, because I'm seeing some of them for the first time, and I see the young artists, they are really bloomsome. They are coming in full force. Some of these artists are less than 25 years. I mean, a few number of us are older, but we encourage them, and you can see fantastic works they do in different ways. I work with waste, and I can see some of them also, they have taken that into another level. The one behind me is waste, done by Land Retention. So we have some of them also that are using just newspaper to make portraits. And that is telling you that we are mentoring the younger ones. They are also learning from the older ones. So we have good works that these people are doing, using paints, using acrylic, using waste materials, using even metal. We have waste that are turned into metal in fantastic works.
The choice of the venue was informed by the need to reawaken the art consciousness among residents, especially the young population, who need to change their perception about art.
You know, we are trying to move out from our cocoon, going to the people outside, going to visiting. We artists were visiting the populace, visiting the public. That's why we bring this thing from the indoor to outdoor to see, so that people will see. So we are visiting them, and we also want them to visit us. And you know, when they say August visitor, it's something that is new or that is not really expected, and that's what we have done, bringing art to the doorsteps of the public.
Some of the artists shared their thoughts about the messages they want to pass across with their works of art.
My work being displayed on this exhibition, this work talks about hope, and this theme for this exhibition is a visit, August visitor. You know, in life, there are things we hope for, there are things we desire, there are things we want to visit, there are experiences that we like that come to reality for us. So, having this work displayed on August Visitors exhibition is amazing because it talks about things we have in mind to visit.
This work is titled Erin Lakatabu. In Yoruba phrase that means Erin is an elephant. The Lakatabu means that cannot be defeated. It is a phrase that is used to describe someone who is powerful, that cannot be defeated easily. And in the jungle, I think elephant is one of the best animals that cannot be defeated by any other animal, because it is very strong and powerful. So I'm using it to depict that elephant is still the most strongest, and that is why we Nigerians are seen as giant of Africa. Indirectly, we are the elephants of Africa.
While the grand patron of the association in the state, Prince Yemisi Shilon, has asked government to prioritize art.
I'm very impressed with what I see. I've pointed out one or two works already. But what is important is not just the artwork, but also the spirit behind this public engagement by artists. You can see the artists are painting in situ and drawing the attention and the attention about of the people to the importance of art in our society, and also to show that artists produce these works for the purpose of not only beautifying but also promoting our culture as a people and serving as a very important input to tourism development in our country. So I'm impressed about what I see. I'm very, very impressed with the commitment of the leaders of this Society of Nigerian Artists, as led by the chairman, Mr. Oladimeji. And I commend the artists, I commend them finding time to do what they're doing.
The exhibition tagged August Visitors is an annual show by the Ogun State chapter of the Society of Nigerian Artists.
taking a moment now, and we have more lined up. When Art House returns in a moment, you won't want to miss that. Stay with us. And these are the works of art you sent in recently. Let's begin with this one by Wilcox Berlatti. It's called Family Selfies. It's an acrylic painting. Then another acrylic painting is from Innocent Chikeze. It's called Siblings for Life. This watercolor on watercolor paper painting is by David Udoka. Then Tunde Abiodun has this oil on canvas painting titled Go to Sleep, Darlings. Then the beautiful ones are yet born while the ugly ones refuse to die. That's how Habib Mustafa captures this pastel on chipboard work. The Council of Elders is an oil and acrylic on canvas piece by Wakil Falano. Then Soul Sisters, the second in the series, is an acrylic on canvas work as well by Esther Obiruru. The Fiery Feast is an oil on canvas piece by Paul Francesca. Then we wrap things up with this pointillism on paperwork done by Kenny Israel, and it's called The Head. And that wraps up the works of art you sent in recently. We appreciate you as always for sending them in and encourage you to keep them coming. Time to enjoy the celebration of International Day of World's Indigenous People, which took place at the Freedom Park in Lagos.
This wall of tribute hails the strides of the indigenous people of Lagos, who celebrate their tradition as depicted in cuisine, instruments, festivals, dance, and more. They roll out the drums at the Freedom Park in Lagos.
They show that they are no bastards, because anybody who forgets about his heritage, culture, is like a child born the seventh day. Nobody can name him or her. That means no history, no identity, no background. But it shows that our people, Lagos people, they still remember the cultural heritage of their father.
Then a playlet that gives a quick history lesson.
It is important to know that it is divided into 5 divisions. We have Ikeja, we have Badagry. You know, Badagry is the coastal area of the town, and then they are known for fishing and all of that. Even the first story building in Nigeria, is in Badagry, and a lot of history that time will not even permit me to talk about today. I have mentioned I have mentioned B, and then high. There is another high, right? And that is Ikorodu. Ikorodu That is Badagry song you are listening Oh, that is Badagry. Leave them alone. And then we have Ikorodu. Ikorodu aga omwelu mede mede. Omo imale afeleja. Ilu tobi won lalabaru oga ni gbogbo.
We've looked at elements of various cultural aspects like dance, music, and other presentations from different parts of Lagos. The indigenes, the locals, the Aworis from Badagry, from Ikorodu and whatnot. So it's been insightful seeing the different cultures, even amongst the Yorubas, and the variations that it brings to the entire thing.
We need to realize that we have a culture, we come from somewhere, and we didn't just drop from anywhere. So it's actually very important to celebrate the Indigenous Day. And it's also celebrating our heroes past as well. Let's know exactly what they have done in the past so we can build on it for the future. So this is just all to celebrate and ingrain our culture, most especially into the youth, who have been found wanting, and also in our little children, so they can actually know, understand the culture, know the origin, and also even the language.
Mawa lolude, mawa lolude,
mawa lolude, onge, mawa lolude, onge,
mawa lolude o, ọba dúpẹ́ mawa lolude, òpè mawa lolude, òpè.
These performances were not just to entertain the audience, but to enlighten them as well.
We have more for you to see and enjoy, but that will be on the next episode of Art House.
Next week on Art House, we have these group exhibitions: New Paragons Engaging Narratives at Tim and Carol Gallery, Lagos. And then to Constellations at the Iwalewa Gallery. We move to the Ogiriko Gallery to enjoy Search for the Hero, a solo exhibition by Obong Etebong. We encourage you to keep liking, sharing and viewing our page so more people can enjoy the ever-bubbling and ingenious art scene in the country.
Your Art House experience doesn't have to end when the show is not on television. Interact with us on our various social media platforms. See any edition of Art House on our website or YouTube page. Join our very interactive Facebook page by joining the group on Art House on Channels. We're everywhere.
That's the program this week. We appreciate you for being great company as you keep interacting with us on our various social media platforms. And also remember, you can see this and other editions of the program just by going to our YouTube page. I'm Melinda Akinlami. Keep adding color to the world.